Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Asia Rangio. I'm the CEO and founder of Domain Maven. At Domain Maven, we troubleshoot growth for SaaS companies, PLG SaaS companies in particular. And we've worked with pretty much every single stage and size of business, everything from, pre-product, pre-revenue, all the way up to, publicly traded company. But yeah, our main focus is digging into the different growth levers of SaaS businesses and really understanding what are the greatest possible opportunities for growth. There are a few that we look at. I think there are 7 that we actually look at now. Everything from customer acquisition to activation, retention, expansion, monetization, and then into operations and people. And today, if you're here with me today, chances are it's because you're interested more in the activation side of things. And we're looking at a product that I've been wanting to try for a while. I actually think I do have an account already with them. I think I signed up a million years ago now. So I'm gonna re-sign up. We're gonna use a different email address. Um, but what I like to do on these try with me's is I like to try products. I also because I try a lot of products anyway, and I like to record these sessions because it helps me remember different like components or techniques or strategies that they're using that I think could be really interesting for my clients. So I'll just say that this product is interesting. It's called Senja. I've heard of Senja. I want to say it's been like a couple of years now that I've heard of Senja. Um, back when Twitter was Twitter, I want to say right around the time of transition into X, into becoming X, the founder of Senja, and actually founders. I think that there are 2 co-founders, if I'm not mistaken. One is Ollie, and I think the other is someone I can't remember. And I'm just scrolling and like looking at the. I'll share my screen in a second. But yeah, I'm scrolling and checking it out because Wilson, yeah, yeah. So um, Ollie and Wilson, if I'm not mistaken. Wilson's based in Nigeria. Ollie is based in London, looks like. And yeah, I remember seeing them on Twitter a bunch, and I always thought what they were building was pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna take a look at their site. We're gonna take a look at the product, and then we're gonna see what we can see if there's anything cool happening. All right, that they're doing. Let's share screen and get into it. All right, and then I'm gonna change my layout here. All right, so you can see my screen. I'm just gonna adjust this really quick and put me over here. Okay, cool. Okay, so now you can see us both. Alrighty, let me just. Okay, so we've got the main domain here, and I will say, I look at a lot of SaaS websites, and this is probably the most like like visually active. Like there's a lot of elements on the page. It kind of reminds me actually about Seta's website. Except I feel like Senja is even more like visually engaging. And most of the sections I think it works. There are like a couple of sections where I do feel like it's a little busy, but I think it really does come down to preference. So first and foremost, my understanding of what Senja does is that it's basically a tool that helps you aggregate testimonials from channels that you may already have testimonials and yeah, like it says like import testimonials from over 30 platforms. Like that's what I remember it doing. And then if I recall correctly, it also helps with the process of actually collecting text and video testimonials on autopilot. And the video testimonial on autopilot is actually the thing that I'm most interested in because I am actually in the market for a testimonial type tool like this. So Senja is one. Testimonial.com is another one that I'm going to be looking at, but I'm probably going to do that next week. Yeah, probably next week. And I'm just gonna do just a really quick scroll. Sometimes I feel like I take too long on the homepage. I don't think that this is the site loading this way. I think this is me, but I am I am curious if it kind of loads like this. Um, you notice how it's like loading in chunks? Yeah, I don't know if that's me. That might be me. So don't judge Senja for this unless it is Senja doing this, but Yeah, apologies, 'cause I feel like this isn't the norm. Okay, so first thing I noticed was, again, very visually interesting, like, there's lots of bits and pieces to, like, to kinda look at and to dig into. Uh, I will say right off the bat, so there are 3 barriers to a behavior, like, or like a desired behavior or like a desired outcome. The first is cognitive overload. That's when there's a lot happening on the page and you're kind of like, I'm not really sure what to go look at. The second is limited attention, meaning like, you know, this is asking a lot of me right now and I'm busy or I'm distracted. Because I am here and dedicated and focused, limited attention is not going to come up as much because literally I'm like in the moment, actually like dedicated to this. But I would imagine like in the wild, someone actually looking at Senja, naturally they may or may not have like limited attention challenges just based on what the actual sign up process is like and like what Senja's actually asking of me. So we are going to take a look at that. And then finally, there's uncertainty, like it's more about I don't know what to do next, and less about I'm overwhelmed, although certainly cognitive overload and uncertainty can happen at the same time. It's very possible. So I'm saying that because right off the bat, it's not quite cognitive overload. There just are like a lot of things happening. There are a lot of things happening. So we have like this little pop up here that's do you currently collect testimonials for your business? Like so when I landed on the site, this immediately popped up. This also popped up too. And I have conflicting feelings about pop ups. I don't mind them as much on websites. I mind them more in app. But I think pop ups are interesting because they can be very distracting and also too, a lot of people just are pop-up blind, like, they don't even notice them, to be honest. Or, like, they notice them, but they just know to ignore them, like, it's just because of how much pop-ups have been used in the history of the internet. That said, if I understand correctly, I think Senja is actually loading this little, like, testimonial pop-up, and I say that, I yeah, it's like showcase proof on your site, emails, and testimonials. I think if this is Senja, and I feel like it is literally Senja doing Senja things, um, I do kinda wish that there was like a little just like a little, like, text or something, like, right above this that told me that this was Senja loading and not like this was something, like, random and kind of annoying. But I do like how this looks, and yeah, I just wish that there was like a little, tell me that this is Senja, or like, I don't know, like, I feel like there's something cheeky that you could write, like, right above this. And it would just be for, for this, like, little module here, and if I click away, like, it'll in theory go away. But I do think, like, if that is literally Senja, like, let's anchor that. And then this pop-up, I feel like this is more of a, like, maybe this is more, like, on exit intent because I like the idea of showing Senja in action. I don't know if you need this second pop-up right now. I'll probably adjust it to be more like exit intent, so that way it's not distracting. Um, but all that to say, I'm noticing these things this is what I'm supposed to do, but I would be curious, like, how often do people actually engage with these? Because if it's just, like, taking up space and doesn't have much engagement, then, like, do you need it? I don't think so. Okay, so reading this really quickly and getting kind of like a feel and like a visual. I am on, as a reminder, I am specifically on a 17-inch Mac, MacBook Pro. Is it 17-inch? I never did verify. It's either 17 or 15. I can never remember which. But I've decidedly chosen a smaller screen. Although I will say Senja probably is one of the rare platforms where most people are on larger screens. So if I want to do this justice, I probably should be on a larger screen. However, I wanted to keep it on my MacBook just to be consistent. Um, and I will say this, like the imagery and like this box, it's pretty small to me. It's pretty small. Um, it's a little small and it's hard to actually see. So, I'm curious if we're gonna get like large like images. I see some social credibility. I like sections that are fun like this. And like I said, like there's a lot happening on the Senja homepage. And I do think it's very visually interesting. I like the social proof. I like these two gifts. It's pretty funny. Um, there's a lot of interactivity, lots of there almost every section there's something moving, and like I said before, like it's a very visually active site, and I haven't seen a site like this in a very long time. So it's yeah, it's nice to see. Yeah, so show social proof everywhere. This is like a process section. You import, you collect, you manage and analyze, and then you share. Cool. Your all in one tool for gathering and showcasing powerful social proof. Setup was incredibly simple. Took less than 5 minutes to get started with collecting reviews. Okay. Yep. You can get started in minutes. Forms, testimonial import. That's cool. No code integration. Yeah. So again, like I'm looking specifically for like how easy is it to collect video testimonial? That's what I really want to see. Effortlessly collect the social proof you need. Cool. Customizable forms, incentivized collection. Excuse me. I'm also yeah. I'm curious about the rewards. Powerful dashboard. Um, I would say I am gonna get rid of this because yeah, it is a little. Oh, does it like it not? Does it not go away? Oh, okay. Double click to make it go away. Okay. I just want to see the site. I feel like the site is pretty, and I want to like really see it. Uh, interesting use of it's an interesting use of space. I like seeing the social cred, and I think this is successful, like just like visually. What I'm missing are visuals. Where are the visuals? Like, what is it? Like? Oh, Sophia's on the site. Cool. I love that. Sophia is a friend. That's really cool. Love it. Uh, okay. So like, I mean, yeah, like this is explaining it to me. It's giving me the social credibility. I'm curious if they feel like social credibility is also what buyers are really looking for from them specifically. Me being more on the like PLG product side, I'm looking more for like product visuals. And that's me speaking also to like as a buyer. So I guess technically my bias is warranted a little bit. Um, but yeah, I like seeing the social cred. I feel like I know Dennis. There are people I recognize. That's cool. But I think I would like to see more visuals. Yeah. Yep. If you sell a course, write a newsletter. Yeah, I don't know. Like, this feels like it's selling me on the idea of getting testimonials. Um, do I need to be sold if I'm here? I don't think so. I don't think so. There's a lot of social credibility on this page. And again, it's hard to know, is this also powered by Senja? This clearly is powered by Senja. I'm gonna assume. I'm gonna assume. Um, are these sections? And then also too, if I'm here, do you need to sell me on collecting it? Or do you need to sell me instead on using it, which I think is different. So like collecting testimonials is one thing. Using a tool to collect them is a different thing entirely in my opinion. Let's see. I mean, yeah, I see the integrations. That's cool. Yeah, I do wish that there were more product images. If this is the only, so we kind of have like, I call these like stylized product imagery. It's like this isn't literally what the product looks like. It's stylized. Like it's a designer has like made edits to it a little bit to make it look good on a site. Um, Stylized product imagery is great, but I'm not really seeing it. The only image that I have so far of the product. And this actually, I don't even know if this is Senja proper. This might actually be where it's importing. But yeah, this is so small. So small. Wish I could see that larger. But let's scroll down. This does feel like it's selling me a lot on the idea of collecting testimonials. And now we're getting to like real testimonials about Senja, which is great. That's cool. And then we get calls to action. Ready to boost your business with social proof. Okay. Um, let's look at a product page or two because I do feel like I'm missing. Yeah, pricing is the first menu item. Okay. Okay, interesting. So this is not a this is just a typical like list style menu. What I mean by that is like when you click on like the drop down caret, it's just like a list that pops up. Uh, what we traditionally see are what we I call it a kitchen menu. I don't know if that's what designers call it, but a kitchen menu is when, like, it literally takes up, like, the top half of the screen, and it's, like, all, like, wide and shit, and it's like, you have, like, several items to click into, and usually there's, like, a call to action or, like, a visual of some kind that leads you to, like, a lead magnet, like, it's like, you really use the real estate. One of the big things I discovered in the last, like, quarter or 2, just doing a couple of research, like, UX research projects to help companies with activation, we learned that people use the menu actually to quickly understand what the product does, and sometimes they won't even click into the page. They'll just hover over the menu and, like, read the menu items, and like some menus have, like, descriptions even. Like, the menus are large enough that you can actually, like, really use it to educate people. It's pretty fascinating. Anyway, I digress. So this is not doing that. This is doing the opposite, which is basically just like, give us a list menu, very straightforward. Um, but I do think that that's an opportunity for Senja actually. And I know like not everyone is a big fan of like the kitchen menus, but if you have a lot to your product, it's a really easy way to communicate again like what it does very quickly without people even technically having to click into things. What you will see, however, is that a lot of your feature pages might not get as much traffic, but it helps support sign up and link conversion rate. So something to think about. Okay. Um, I'm curious about videos personally. Video testimonials that convert. Okay. Increase conversion rates by more than 34%. Okay. That's cool. Yes, that's what I want. Okay. Now we're getting into like product imagery. Okay. So they're reserving the product imagery for product pages. I think that kind of makes sense. I think it depends on if you really want people to click through or not. Like if you want people to like really take some time on your site, then yeah, that can make sense. Not my fave. Like I like to be a little bit more efficient. Like, tell me fast. And also too, because I'm probably gonna sign up anyway and get a feel for it. So send your customers collect twice as many times. Okay. Yep, this is what it looks like. Again, and we've seen this before on product like SaaS PLG sites where again, like the imagery is just really small. And I do feel like trend wise, we're the opposite. I think, on this screen, I mean, you can kind of get a visual feel. I would prefer to see larger imagery. And also, too, I'm noticing that there aren't any like condensed modules. So it's also really popular to instead of having like the left right like type SaaS. Like this is a very stereotypical like SaaS section to me. Not a bad thing. This is a very common design device. I'm not saying that that's bad at all. I'm just saying like that's really common. What's more popular seems to be like tab style modules where it really just condenses the space. People can, like, interact and click on the different tabs to learn more about the product, and what it gives you is a larger like, it gives you an opportunity to tell, like, a larger story, like, visually at least, because it gives you more space. This is confined to, like, the width of the page, if that makes any sense. So, anyway, I digress. All that to say, the imagery is smaller. I don't think that's a bad thing, but I feel like for something like testimonials, you would want something. I feel like you would want to show off like certain parts of the product, especially because like it looks like it's pretty, and I'm excited to sign up. Just doing a quick time check, 18 minutes. Okay, we're not gonna spend because I feel like I spend so much time on the homepage and like the website. And just looking at the sections. I mean, design wise, it looks good, and I mean, yeah, these are modules that we've seen before, components we've seen before. Yeah, lots of social credibility. Oh, Romley's here. Yeah, people I know, people I recognize. If I click them, what happens? Oh, that's cute. They're clickable. That's really cool. Romley, cute. Yeah, that's very cool. Wait, I didn't click this guy. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's nice. I wonder like depending on how much of this is Senja itself, I feel like there could be an opportunity to be like, boop, this is Senja. Like a little like arrow. Like imagine like this had like a little arrow right here and was like, yep, this is powered by Senja. Or I don't know, like it just depends on, what is actually Senja, obviously. We're gonna find out ourselves, but that would be tight. That would be super tight. That would be I mean, like, yeah, it would so quickly and easily show people this is literally like, this could be you, but you're playing. Like, you're like, we're literally demonstrating what it does live. Like, you can see it, you can touch it, it's real. Anyway, I think that could be interesting, especially if you don't wanna lean as much into product imagery, you could literally just show a product, because in this case, it would work. Okay, so the product pages do give me more context visually. I'm gonna check pricing more out of morbid curiosity. Okay, I have this highlighted because I have a Riverside, no, sorry, not Riverside. What is this product called? Reflect. Sometimes I'll highlight content like in Reflect. Oh yeah, you can actually see it up here. It's populating. I'll delete it though just for now. Uh anyway, that's why that was highlighted. Okay, free forever. It's the most generous. I mean, yeah, that is impressive. You can collect 15 video and text testimonials, invites and tracking, and unlimited walls of love, testimonial analysis. That's cool. Okay, free forever. Freemium. Is this our first freemium? So that's rare. Most PLG SaaS, I'm actually not sure if they're bootstrapped or not, but most PLG SaaS is not freemium. Usually it's like free trial. Um Freemium is interesting, but it does make sense. So what that tells me is that they're gonna go after a big market and they may or may not seek funding. But that tells me, like, if they're doing freemium, like, they're planning on going after a lot of different industries and not just, one. The vibe I get from this is that it's for SaaS companies. I get that it's for creators. They actually have, like, a customers drop down. Yeah, SaaS, creators, yep, clock that. Freelancers is interesting. E-com, sales teams, they've got just, like, general creators. Yeah, this makes me think they're gonna go after a pretty big market, which is interesting. Very interesting. SaaS and e-commerce are the most obvious to me. Course creators and creators too. Um, yeah, employees. Oh, I guess like okay, yeah, I guess like if you're hiring and you want to showcase like yeah, okay, that makes sense. If you're like, "Yep, I want to attract other great hires," you could do like a testimonial type campaign. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah. Freemium tells me that okay, they're going after a big market. And, it also tells me that they probably have a great activation experience. So and if they don't, then that's actually gonna be one of their greatest levers because, that and pricing because, like, if you're doing better than 3% conversion rate from free account to paid, then you're rocking and rolling on the freemium. If it's less than 3%, on average at least, then freemium or free account to paid needs improvement. But that typically means that there's something about the activation experience and or pricing, and or go to market, to be honest, like just like who we're targeting. So anyway, that's true for any business. Like all three of those things are true no matter what, but it's especially true for freemium because like the idea is volume. Like you want lots and lots of volume that um activate very quickly and need to upgrade. So, yeah, I'm curious if, this seems to be their metric for their value metric is how many, but we shall see. Yeah. Starter, unlimited, pro, unlimited, cool. Oh, yeah, forms and projects and seats. That's their value metric. Plus, looks like some features as well. A little bit of both. Not much of a difference between these 2. That makes me feel like pricing could use some work. 30, $20 difference, $30 difference. Yeah, 30 to $60, $30 difference. Um, that doesn't feel like as big of a jump, and there's no third plan. So, yeah, pricing, just looking at it right off the bat makes me think they've got some they might have some tweaking to do between these 2 things, but I digress. We'll take a look. Okay. Time check, 24 minutes. Yeah, we're doing good. I don't think I have much more to say about the pages. Oh, that's rare. Typically, most internal pages look the exact same. I like seeing the examples. Let's see what the um, case studies look like. Oh, gap. Something's not loading, or it's just me. Could be, could be both actually. Uh, that's pretty. Kind of wish this hovered with me, this content, but okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool. All right. Let's sign up and let's see if I have an account because I actually don't. I don't think I have an account. Um. Okay. Let's see if this pops up. Oh no. Okay. Not my hotkey is not working, or my shortcut, I should say. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I have an account, and I really hope I don't. Oh, it's moving real slow. Sorry, guys. Okay. Okay. It's saying I don't have an account. Okay, cool. So I can sign up with Google. All right, let's look at this. So welcome to Senja. Okay, cute. I like the simplicity of this. I love this scrolling right here. This is awesome. I like I said, I've tried a lot of I've tried a lot of products, and um, usually they're like the way that this page is used is just kind of like a, oh hey, by the way, don't forget there's features and things that we do and it's like yeah, but I like that this feels interactive. Yeah, that's cool. I'm actually gonna reposition my mic really quickly, and I'm gonna mute really quick just in case. Okay, cool. Hopefully you can hear me. Yep. Okay, awesome. All right, let's sign up for Google, sign up with Google, excuse me. All right, it did open up a new tab, and it's doing sign up things. So I'm just gonna click my account. I'm gonna laugh though if it's like you already have an account. True. Just logging in. Oh, cool. Okay, we have a loading screen. Okay. Okay. There's a lot happening at once. Okay. That was fascinating. We're going to talk through why. There were no questions asked. It didn't ask me who I was, what I was hoping to use it for. It didn't ask me what my goals were in the product. That was fascinating. It was pretty much just like, oh, you want to use Google to sign up? Cool. Boom. Here's product. Good luck. Uh, I think that there are pros and cons to this. And I do think that there are probably more cons. The first is if Senja is not planning on becoming sales led, and if they plan on staying PLG, they basically have no way to qualify people when they sign up. So they have no idea if I'm a quality user or not. That is good and bad. On the one hand, sure, fewer steps to get me to the product, but on the other hand, they have no idea like what percentage of people who sign up are actually quality qualified users, and also there's no way to know which use cases are more profitable than others. Maybe you can like back import that data and like make some guesses based on usage, but it's usually better to have the user tell you like what they want to accomplish. So there's a lot of data that Senja is not able to collect on me because, or anyone. And if you think about it, they're freemium, which means that they have a lot of people signing up. That's the implication at least. So you've got a lot of people signing up. You don't know their quality level. You're not collecting any data on them. So that means that oh, you know what? I am talking out of school. No, this isn't right. I think I did have an account. You know what? I looked at this and I realized there's no way it could possibly know who I was. So maybe I did have an account. Okay, let's sign out. Let's like actually give us a fair shot. But if it's still no questions asked, we've got a problem. Yeah, it's got the login. Let's do the sign up. Okay, so I'm gonna use. Uh, still need a new. I still need a test email address, um, but I am uh uh a mess. So have not done that yet. Let's see. I'm gonna stop. I am gonna stop sharing. I'm just gonna do a password really quick, and then I'm gonna share again here in a second. Aha. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, I was like, "There's no way." Like, it literally just popped me into the account. Okay, so now do we share? Yeah. Okay, we share. Okay, verify my email. So we're gonna go and I'm gonna verify my email address. I would expect this because they do have freemium. So my guess is that they're getting a lot of people signing up for the product. And my other guess is that not all of them are like legit signups. So let's find the email. Okay, it's taking a minute. Did I type my name right? Okay, I typed my name right. So it wasn't user error so far at least. There we go. It's in spam. Okay. Report not spam. Okay. Now we find the Senja email. Verify your email in Senja. That's I mean, yeah, like that's a thing. We might want to make sure that uh email deliverability is okay. Okay. You can now sign in with your new account. Continue. app.senja.io/onboarding. Okay. I mean, share this tab instead. Okay. This is looking better. I was concerned. It's like, "You're not collecting any data on me?" Okay, but I was like, "There's no way." I definitely had an account before. Okay. So let's do this. Whoops. I'm gonna have to type some things and I'm gonna be clumsy the entire time. What's your first name? It's Asia. Good to meet you. This is what I was looking for. Okay, thank God. I was like, there is no way they're not collecting information. What do you want to sell more of? Okay, because I'm looking at this for a client, I'm gonna say SaaS subscriptions. Yeah. I wonder, oh, I bet money it's gonna tell me. Yep. Okay, what website, product, or service do you want to collect testimonials for? Um, we'll create a project for you. Okay, so I'm thinking about using this for my client offering tree. So let's just like see what it does if I type in that. I remember doing Demand Maven, and that's why it was all just there. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a lot to look at. But that is interesting because even that screen was still a lot to look at. And we're going to talk about it anyway. Cause I remember thinking, like, that's insane. Like, there's just a lot to look at. Um, but but yeah, we'll cross that bridge. This is also very random, but I really like how this is moving in the background. It's just very gently, like a breeze. I don't know, it's nice. Okay. Offering tree. Det gem. Setting up your account. Okay, work. Oh, these are not ours though. These are Senja. Okay, just kidding. I was like, that was fast. Okay, so it's setting up my account. I have okay, so if I had to guess, this is going through and scraping the site and also Oh, that's cute. Like it changed the color, I guess, to the offering tree brand. That's cute. Um, it found 4 testimonials on the site. Select don't worry, you can remove them later. Yeah, sure. Let's select all 4. Continue. Asia, we've made you these. Cute. Um, okay. Um, do I need this? Okay, so it didn't ask me my goals, so it doesn't know what I wanna do. Um, this is cool. This is cool, but it is a lot, and I don't know if I need this now. It would be nice if Senja asked me questions first, like, "Hey, you want this? Cool. Here's what that is. Now let's get cracking. Like, let's actually get started." And these are pretty, but I just don't know, this makes sense to offer people who maybe don't have, like, a brand identity or, like, they're, like or maybe they don't care. I feel like there are certain types of brands that do. So, for example, it did ask me, what types of testimonials are you hoping to collect? Um, I feel like that, but also it should also be asking me, like, what are you hoping to use Senja for? Is it to send campaigns? Is it to use, like, the wall of love? Like, what are you trying to do? And tailor the experience a little bit more that way. This is pretty, though, and it is kinda cool that it scrubbed it and, like, figured out. Let's click get started, um, and see if it oh, there's an upgrade modal. Do you want to remove branding? Collect unlimited testimonials. Use a custom domain. Automate collection about your team. Consider a pay plan. That's cute. I would prefer it's a lot of social credibility. I don't think I've ever felt that way where I'm like, this might be too much social credibility. And I think the reason why is because it just like it I haven't experienced any substance yet. So it's hard for me to like and these are all like the same names that I saw on the site, which is great. Um, but I do feel like uh I think we need to be a little bit more choosy about when we use social cred. Okay, I digress. Continue for free because like I said, I haven't even seen anything yet. I I remember the product, but again, I tried it like 2 or 3 years ago. It was a while ago. Okay. Okay, yeah. So I'm remembering this now. Yeah, I think we need to know a few things. I think Senja should be asking me a few more questions, at least 2 to 3 more questions. It should be asking me what business type I am, which it asked me what type of testimonials I wanted to collect. And I think maybe those 2 are the same, like, that's fine, keep that question. I think it needs to be asking me how big my company is, so that way Senja knows how, how to price differentiate and also potentially, that's data to collect just in general. Um, at some point, they're gonna think about pricing and using that, like, as a growth lever, and you're gonna wanna know, like, how big some of these companies are, and that will help a lot with, like, getting a gauge for, how much can you, like, realistically charge, and how can you price differentiate based on, like, the size of company. I think the other thing that they need to be asking me is what am I most hoping to use it for? Am I trying to run campaigns? Am I trying to, uh, just, like, build, like, a testimonial widget? Like for my website, like, what am I trying to, like, do with Senja? And then, um, I might even ask, like, what my role is. Like, it doesn't know who I am. It doesn't know if I'm a marketer. It doesn't know if I'm the founder. It doesn't know if I'm, a consultant, a client. Like, there are all kinds of things that I could be. And, I do think all that data combined, my guess, my very s and I'm not even gonna say a guess, it's a very strong hunch is that there are segments of user that are just gonna be more profitable than others, and that's gonna help guide Senja on, like, where to focus. Because they do have freemium, my guess is, like, they're gonna have a lot of data, and a lot of it's gonna be noise. The way that you find signal through the noise is by collecting, like, the information that you need to really help you qualify. The other thing here too is that because there are so many free accounts, it was one of my guesses, the other thing is that They also want signal when it comes to churn as well. If they are collecting better data on the top end and the front end, when the churn cycle happens, which it absolutely will, and also too when the um, even like free accounts when those churn, we'll have better data too on, well, what segments and profiles and goals churned the most versus goals that didn't churn the most. Does that make sense? So like, do people who just want to collect video testimonials, for example, churn more or less than people who just want to do like website widgets or modules, that type of thing? That's why you collect that data. And if you never collect it, you don't like you can't go back in time necessarily and like go back and collect it. You can try to run surveys and try to map it to accounts, but it's not as sexy. When people sign up, that's the best time to collect that data because it's the small trade off for getting access to their free account, basically, is the way I see it. Okay, so I will say, looking at this, my guess is that, well, first, I mean, it looks easy enough. Like it doesn't look super challenging. I see my testimonials here. And again, this is where if they knew what my goals were, they'd be able to, I don't even want to say do like tool tips or anything because that's not my favorite way of onboarding people. But I do wonder if like, I don't even know if a checklist would make sense here either. I feel like this could almost be I've been a fan of like onboarding like homepages that go away after people spend a certain amount of time where they upgrade or they check off like a certain like it's kind of like a combination of onboarding checklist, but it's like it's a dedicated place for the checklist slash like welcome. I like a good welcome area. Just like, yep, this is here temporarily until you either buy the product or you activate enough that we can go away. I love a welcome area, a welcome section, a welcome page. Those are my favorite ways to onboard folks these days. I'm not a big fan of pop ups or tooltips or even like pop up checklists, but checklists are okay if they're embedded in like an actual like welcome page, if that makes any sense, like on that in the actual app. So I'm saying all of that, and so if I'm new, brand new, and to be fair, I did see Senja before and I'm remembering it now. Cognitive overload is two things: uncertainty and cognitive overload, which I mentioned before is possible to have both of those. I'm not quite sure exactly where to look. And I do kind of feel like I need my glasses again, which I did not bring, of course. Uh, didn't bring my glasses. That was dumb. I always need them because these sites, these apps are always so small. And aging is aging, and like my eyes are like actually worse now. Um, this is a little small to read on the left hand menu here, but that's okay. We're gonna get into it. Yeah, I'm uncertain about what I'm supposed to do next. I see this purple button and I want to click this real bad. J here looks cool. I want to click this purely because it's bright and it's big. But I also see like other calls to action, like download the Senja Chrome extension, for example. I don't do I need that? We couldn't detect the Senja. Please install it for yeah, I'm not sure if I need that yet. I also don't see, oh, this is a free account. I forgot. It's free. I see that this is a free plan. And I see the little upgrade motion here. Okay. So traditionally speaking, if it were like a free trial, I would like to see like some type of indicator that the trial was ending. It's not obviously because it's a free plan. So it will never in theory end. It's yeah, and it's totally based on my usage. It looks like that's maybe yeah, like that's where it will like, ask me to upgrade. Okay. Yeah, because it doesn't know what my goals are. And maybe that's how you think about onboarding activation. If you ask people what their goal is, you can just drop them on that page in theory and be like, "Oh, like you want to do testimonial campaign? Here's like put you on this page like when you enter." Um, it's not necessarily my favorite way, but sometimes even just like a simple like three-step overlay that's like it is like a pop-up, but it's a nice pop-up that you like build and design and like looks good. but imagine like a large like pop-up that's like, "Welcome to Senja. Here are the top 3 things that you should know about this product. 1, go here for this. 2, go here for that. 3, go here for this." And that's it. And not like an overlay, like, like a tooltip walkthrough. It's more just like it's an actual like screen takeover, and it sometimes that's actually nice if it's done well. If it's not done well, then it's annoying. But okay. So when I think about my goals, I wanted to test video testimonial campaigns. So let's see what that looks like. Let's see. Okay. So collect forms. I am assuming that what I want is this. Yeah, so there's forms, impact, feedback. There's import, okay. Manage. Okay, so this is all the proof I guess that I have. And then share, studio brand, rich snippet, and then analysis, and then automate. Ah, okay. So I have a feeling collect and automate are going to be where I spend my time. Use forms to collect testimonials and feedback from your customers. Okay. Okay. It's like, go away. Okay. This is where hmm. So the free account doesn't have any forms. That's fine. Use forms to collect testimonials and feedback from your customers. Oh, is this the form? Oh, I already have a form. Oh, okay. Let's go back to that. That was confusing. Uh, why is that confusing? I think it's because it doesn't look like I have anything in this account. I feel like Senja needs a second color that's not green and not purple. Uh, I did like this. Why did I not think that was a thing? It didn't register to me at all. There's something about the design of this section. I didn't realize that I already had a form, uh, which was like really confusing because I clicked the create new and it's like, nope. But what it was doing was I just don't have a second form, but I already have one form. Okay, got it. So let's click edit and see what we can see. There's a reward, there's a form, there's settings, emails, and trigger. Okay. There's a global reward, give the same reward to all customers. Reward type, leave a testimonial or an external link. Okay. Yeah. So only users can claim this reward. Yep. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. There probably is a way for me to do an external link. I'm thinking of like integration with Tremendous, but I don't know yet if that's gonna work. Yeah. We can we can keep this, but I'm kind of thinking like um maybe there's a way to auto create a reward through like Tremendous. That might be too hard. I don't know. But I already get the sense that's like, okay, there's coupon code or external link, and I'm looking for like, well, what's the manual option? Can I can I manually distribute a reward and like I manage that process myself? Just something to think about. Okay, so I'm gonna click save changes. And now what? I don't see an auto advance. Do I click this myself? Oh, okay. Okay. I would like to have seen a button of some kind or like next step or something. Um, that was a little confusing. Okay. So the form itself, all right, it's loading. Okay. So this is like let me just click preview because I feel like I'm not I feel like I think I know what it's doing. Okay. Yep. So on a scale of use off entry, leave a testimonial, submit it. Only takes 5 minutes. You have full control. Okay. Send a testimonial. And then record with a video. And then does this pop me up? Oh, cute. Okay. It popped up like a little there's double me. uh that's cool. That's cool. Okay. And then if I like, all right, we're gonna there's like a slight delay. We're gonna do this. Hey, I think offering tree is the best. And oh, it's laggy, but honestly, it's just because I've got like triple recording here. Okay, we're gonna stop. Terrible testimonial. F. It gets an F. 1 star. Hey, I think offering tree is the best. And oh, it's laggy, but honestly, it's just because I've got like triple recording. Sure, we'll take it. I mean, I like, it that's not Senja. That's 100% because we are um doing this while also doing a screen share. Okay. That was interesting. Okay. So basically each of these steps then is a yeah, okay. Where can we use your testimonial? We want to use your testimonial in marketing and sales. Where can we share it? Um, okay, permission about you, about your company. Ready to send. Okay. So basically got it. This is like the full workflow. Um Upgrade your plan to record a welcome video for your form. Okay. Cute. So this is like data collection. So really okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm processing things and not saying any words. I apologize. I'm noticing that some of these pages seem to be like toggleable, like you can turn some of these off, and then others seem to be like you can't. Like they're like it's built in. At best, you can change the copy, but you can't change the structure. I was curious about that. Like, is this? It seems like it has the structure already. I can adjust the copy, but not necessarily anything else. Which I think that's fine. I don't think that's a bad thing. I was curious, like, how does that actually work? Um, and then let's see. Let customers respond with video and text. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. And yeah. I wonder if it's okay. You can add a question. Got it. And then okay. Cool. I mean, that makes sense. So settings, let's check the settings really quick. Send a new testimonial alert. Oh, that's cute. Yep. Transcribe video testimonials. Sure. Approve testimonials. Automatically approve it. Oh, okay. Translate. Stop collecting new submissions. Pause this form to stop receiving new submissions. Okay. And then emails. Automatically follow up. So is this, that's the invite email. But how do you send? I guess I'm confused about that part. Ah, okay. So now you integrate. You could manual. Grab your form's link or embed it on your website or your course. Okay. You can invite customers. You can import. This is what I was looking for. Okay. Yep. Mhm. Okay. Cool. I mean, that seems straightforward. I'm I mean, like, it definitely takes a minute to kinda wrap your mind around, like, oh, 'cau it's one of those products where, like, the modules and components and, elements are based off of things that you've seen before. So it's not like a far stretch. Like, this feels like marketing automation to me. It doesn't feel it also kinda reminds me of, there's a pop-up software called Sleek Note. This, like, horizontal workflow style does remind me of Sleek Note. I do wish that there was a button, though, at all times that was like, "Next step," or like there was always something that was like, okay, here's the next thing for you to do. Because I don't know if I would have thought to click this immediately, at least, but it does make sense. But I do wish that there was a button to make it even easier and clearer, I guess I should say. The reward the reward is tricky because I would like to be able to manually distribute a reward, but yeah, like, but I also still want to, and maybe, you know what? Maybe it's just, maybe there's no like link URL. Okay. And then I want, okay. Okay. I think I, no, like, let's do the global reward. Are you sure you don't want to set up a reward? No, I do. I'm just, hopefully that bypasses it. Okay. I bypassed the compressor as quote from Star Wars. Okay. So I want to know if I can turn off that one section or at least adjust it. It's like the claim your reward section. Read to send page, thank you and word of mouth page. I hope that this is just because I'm recording and like screen sharing and doing a lot all at once, but it does seem like it loads a little slow. But I think that that is just screen sharing. I don't think that that's Senja. Happy to submit it. About you page. There's like a reward page, and I'm wondering if it's possible to turn that off because, okay, I think it's at the end. Thank you and word of mouth page. Okay. Maybe oh, you know what? I wonder if it's automatic because I selected, okay, that makes sense. So maybe if you do this, then the form changes. Totally mistyped that. Okay, I think that's what it was. So if I go all the way down, okay. It probably just loads like something special. Okay, it's just a little slow. But that's okay. Oh, maybe not. I thought I could have sworn that there was like a rewards testimonial or like a rewards page that was like, okay, clicked your reward. That was cute. Thanks. Okay, it was this. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So in theory, this will be easy for me to use in theory. And I can see, okay, I can see, excuse me. There are those. Okay, the one that I submitted wasn't like a real one. Okay, that makes sense. Um, this section is a little distracting. I think visually, yeah, this is a little distracting. Add testimonials to your website. And again, it's just because they don't know what I want to do. So it feels like like a lot of things are popping up. Oh, that feels way better. Man, I just like visually, oh man, I feel much less cognitive overload without that section. Yeah, like when you first sign up, there's a lot going on, right? Like there's like the bar at the top, then there's like the add testimonials to your website, and then and then there's this, but it's a lot visually, and really I want to get into some of these things. I will say, despite cognitive overload, the product does have a good sense of like they really don't want me to see the product without sample data. So I appreciate that it had me put in the website, take in the testimonials. Um, I do appreciate these as well. And it looks like, yeah, like there's like a little upgrade symbol of like you gotta upgrade if you wanna get access to this. I do though wish, I do feel like this should be bigger. I feel like, if you're gonna do screens like this, it should really tease, like, what's coming up. Like, what are you gonna get if you were to activate? And some products do it by, like this is more like a gated wall where it's like a little baby image, and it's like a, "Hey, like, if you wanna do these things, cool, but you gotta upgrade." There are some products where, like, it'll show, like, the full page, but you won't be able to edit anything unless you upgrade, but it'll still show, like, what does the brand screen look like, if that makes any sense, in app, and then maybe, like, there's, like, a little pop-up blurb that's like, "Hey, you gotta upgrade if you wanna unlock the page," but I can actually see, like, in the background what's gonna happen. Sometimes that's a successful way of, like, really teasing something. Um Oh, and I see I can't automate unless I upgrade. That's actually very smart. Kudos to Senja. What I will say though, and I guess it's because I didn't choose a plan up front. Hmm, that's tricky. So growth model wise, there are a couple of options that Senja has. They could do a couple of things. So they have the free plan, which is great. What they could do instead is make everyone sign up on the middle plan, which my guess is that's the most popular one. And that has a trial. But after the 14 days or whatever days, it automatically downgrades to free, and that way you give people the ability to experience the full product, putting that in finger quotes, and you are creating a sense of urgency. Um, I don't have urgency necessarily with just the free plan unless I'm super highly motivated, and then I probably do have more urgency, so you probably do see some like a bald conversion, so to speak, like people who sign up and are just like, "Yep, I'm ready to like let me just go ahead and pay," or like let me just go ahead and, buy it because you know, I'm testing it. But I wonder if like if you were to adjust the model, if and we don't know the conversion rates. So like this is speculative. But I do wonder like could we see better conversion rates if we were to start on a paid plan as a free trial, but then auto downgrade later? That's one way to think about free, like and, like, freemium in general. Otherwise, like, yeah, like, traditionally speaking, you would start everyone on freemium, and then you try to get them to upgrade into paid later. Excuse me. Okay. So, the thing I really wanted to see was the video testimonial, and it actually looked pretty cool. Um, they clearly have a specific vision for how video testimonial collection should look. I'm excited to try it not screen recording because I do feel like that impacted, like, how it loaded and, like, the recording quality. So I am, like, very curious, but yeah, it's fascinating. It looks good though. So despite, like, some of, like, the parts where I was very confused, like, I definitely didn't register this as a form, and I don't know why. I think it's because there aren't like, there's only one here. I don't know why I just didn't register it as that. I was like I didn't even see this, to be honest. There's something about, like, this header, the subhead, and then the create new that I just was like, "Oh, I gotta do this first." I didn't even see this. So I don't really know how to make that more obvious, but I definitely was, like, confused. Um, I just opened up the library of questions. Oh, okay. So this is so oh, I okay, let me share this tab instead. So I just clicked on that resource and it's the ultimate list of testimonial questions. Yeah, this is cool. Uh, did it specify what type of company I was? Okay. It looks like it's just loading SaaS first, but it would be really cool if you like if you know that someone's community or course, if you just like auto link it to this, that would be cool. That'd be really cool actually. It did SaaS, but I think it's just because it's first. Yeah, that's cool. Um, I like that. The what else was I gonna share? Let me go back to the product. Mhm. Um, it's pretty. I mean, I feel like all the products that we've been using and, like, looking at have been, like, visually appealing. I don't think that there are any I mean, again, like, apart from, like, this the there's the initial cognitive overload. I do think Senja could certainly better pre-qualify people. I think also there's probably testing to be done with initial model. So, like, not necessarily again, like, Senja could drop everyone into, like, a paid trial, that ends, like, sorry, I should clarify. Drop everyone into a free trial of one of the paid tiers and auto downgrade to freemium after a certain amount of time, especially if there's no urgency. But I do think like giving people access to the full product is probably better than not. But because you've got freemium, I almost would rather you like auto downgrade people than try to like do the reverse. But I think it's worth testing. I don't think there's a wrong or right answer necessarily. At the end of the day, it's gonna be based on like what the data says. So if you have like a better conversion rate, retention rate, qualification rate, whatever, with one way versus another, that would be interesting to me. And then yeah, but I do think it's interesting. It does seem like it's gonna do exactly what I want it to do. I would be really curious to compare this to testimonial.com. And that probably will be my next one that I do next week. Yeah, because I think we're probably gonna try to move ahead on this pretty quickly. Yeah, I'm excited to take a look at it. Cool. But overall, this is pretty. I mean, I guess like the last thing is I do think Senja probably yeah, it's just I mean, everything looks nice. Like I don't have any like design wise, it's a beautiful platform. I am I am curious though, like how it performs activation wise, but we'll bookmark that. I do think they probably need to they're gonna I feel like they're gonna test their pricing at some point, or maybe this is a iteration that they're doing. But I do feel like 29 to 59, it doesn't feel like as much of a jump. So because of that, I'm just not sure. I just be curious, like how well do these plans perform? And is there a reason why we don't have a third? Yeah, want more seats and projects? Contact us. Yeah, I just be curious. Okay, cool. Apart from that, though, it looks great. I'm glad I was wrong, although in the beginning, but at the same exact time, I do still think Senja could ask more questions and, like, do a better job of pre-qualifying because I just have a feeling they probably get a lot of, like, tire kickers, and it's really hard PLG-wise to know, like, who's quality versus not. But that's why you ask better questions, and using that data, you can use that to inform how you think about qualification, but also, like, are there, like, anti-customers that you really shouldn't be focused on trying to get? Like, there's just so much that you can do with that data and yeah, I feel like Senja should totally start collecting it if they can. But anyway, all right. Well, thanks again for joining me. This was fun as per usual. I will probably, oops, I went away, but let's see. There we go. I think the next one will probably be testimonial.com, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm so curious how it's going to compare. I'm going to do my best not to sign up ahead of time. Thanks again for joining. If you would like to continue to see my try with me's, follow me on YouTube, but I also stream on LinkedIn at the same time. Either place works. But yeah, I'll definitely be back next Monday at our usual time, 2 p.m. Eastern. We started at 3 p.m. Eastern today, but it should be 2 next week unless something crazy happens. But in the meantime, thanks again for joining me. I hope you learned something. I hope there was something that you took away from today. And yeah, until next time.